Okay, for 86, they want us to graph it. So let's graph, right? So I'll draw my coordinate plane, label my x and y axis. Okay, now we have to put values in for x. So if I put a 0 in, look what happens. I get 0 minus 1 underneath the radical, which is -1. So that doesn't work, right? So the smallest value I can put in for x is 1, right? So I'm going to put a 1 in there. So I get 2 times 1 minus 1 is 0 plus 3. So square root of 0 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0 plus 3. So I get 3 when x is, we can even make a table, right? Here, I'll make a table down here. When x is 1, y is 3. 1, 3, 1, 3, right? Now let's put 2 in. Let's put a 2 in, right? So I get 2 times 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 3. Square root of 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. So when I put a 2 in, I get a 5 out. 2, 5. Okay. Let's put if I put a 3 in, I'm going to get the square root of 2. I don't know that. If I put a 4 in, I get the square root of 3. If I put a 5 in, though, right, I'm going to get the square root of 4. So it's 2 times 5 minus 1 is 4 plus 3. So square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So when I put a 5 in, I get a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I get this. And I can start to see this, but let's go one more point. So the next value I can put in that I'll know the answer to is when for the square root of 9. So I need to put a 10 in. Oops, let's move that. I need to put a 10 in here for x, right? 10. And I get 2 times the square root of 9 plus 3. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9, right? So for 10, I get 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9. So it comes up this way, and I can see that my graph is curving. Now, keep in mind that the smallest number I could put in is 1, because anything lower than 1, what's under the radical is going to become negative. So the graph starts here and goes up, curves around like this, and continues in that direction, but in the other direction, it does not continue, right? So let's describe the graph. This is, right, so it's not really a shape we know. We could say it's a half a parabola maybe, right? Half a parabola. That seems interesting. But we should say that it's parabola sideways maybe, right? Sideways because it's not up and down, right? It has a starting point, right? Starting point, right? It doesn't have a vertex. It has a starting point, which is right here, right? Which is 1, 3, 1, 3. We could specify the domain and range, right? The domain. Now the domain are all the x values, right? So that goes from here all the way up, right? So from here all the way up. So the domain is x values greater than or equal to 1. X is greater than or equal to 1. The range are the y values, right? The y values go up this way, right? Forever, right? So that's greater than or equal to 3. Y is greater than or equal to 3. And I think if we specified all that, we're pretty good at describing this odd graph.